Hello everyone, welcome back to day 5 of learning Bartok Solo VIolin Sonata. We're on to page 5 now. We left off yesterday at the end of page 4 and I said the tempo 1 bar 91 in page 4 is recapitulation in a traditional sonata form. However, this is Bartok. I might be wrong. Music theory and structure aside, in page 5, we continue from the so-called recapitulation, and in bar 96, we're still playing the melody that is the same as theme 1 from the beginning. Now we're moving on to this rhythm is a callback to page 3, the Pimoso from bar 67. So a lot of the musical ideas presented previously are starting to morph together starting from page 5. And for page 5, I had the most trouble with intonation. I do not have perfect pitch, and a lot of the time if I'm playing a note wrong, I do not realize it until I check it with another note. But I do remember my sense of pitch on the fingerboard has improved tremendously after I learned the solo sonata when I was younger. And right after the solo sonata, I also learned Bartok's Violin Concerto, and that made my sense of pitch even stronger. Now I can name the notes more or less accurately if I hear it, if it's on a violin. And that is why I can transcribe pieces by Roman Kim or transcribe anything, because the sense of pitch developed through learning this piece. And also that is why when I look at D flat, I can tell you it's straight away C sharp, because I have spent countless hours thinking about these things, and that skill has been developed over time. Anyway, starting from 96. Here, G flat is the same as F sharp octaves, and C flat I think of it as B natural, and this A is actually an A flat from the beginning of the bar. I think of it as G sharp, and F flat equals to E natural. And D natural, the next chord, I checked with open D string, and this is a 6, and B natural to G natural, also a 6. And then D natural to E flat is half step higher, B natural to C natural is half step higher, and G natural to A flat is half step higher. So it's the same chord, half step higher. So this is, and then moving on, E natural, another half step higher for 1 and 2. But the third finger, this B flat, is no longer a half step from A flat from before. A flat to B flat is actually a full step. So bar 98, 99 is very, very difficult, especially if you don't have perfect pitch. But be patient and you will get it. And this, I play it on D and A string. It's fifths. G flat, D flat is also fifth. It's very squeezy. It's very difficult to play fifth this high up. Most of the time I just play and pray. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But with this kind of piece, sometimes you just have to gamble a little bit. So I think that's in tune enough. I don't know. It's very hard to tune with just one finger, and the strings are very wide, especially higher position. So it's very hard to play in tune here. And then stay the same position, G natural, D natural, A natural. It's actually fifth and a fifth. They have to be one line. You can think of it as this. That's what it sounds like. Same fingering on D string, A string, F sharp, C sharp, G natural, D natural, A flat, E flat. And then a B flat is another fifth. You can think of it as this. I remember reading somewhere that this piece was actually dedicated to Menuhin. I might be wrong. And I remember specifically reading some parts that like it was so impossible to play, he had to like write alternative notes and fingerings back to Bartok, and Bartok had to make adjustments, especially for fourth movement with all the quarter tones. Originally for this fourth movement, there were all these small arrows pointing up, pointing down. Imagine having to practice that with quarter tones. Anyway, so this is bar 100. This is how I check. It's a callback to the development section in bar 67, which is also a fragmentation of the theme 1. Now the coming sextuplet section is actually from still the development section, I believe. This is my theory. From bar 75 onwards, remember the conversation that I talked about in day 4? The conversation between the bass notes and the soprano notes. This sextuplet section is a callback to that, is my theory. Is what I think. I might be wrong. But in bar 112, the first, it looks like a tremolo or a sextuplet, but it's not. It's actually 16 notes. So it's 4 16 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And all those notes add up to 6 eighth notes. Starting from bar 112, it's a callback to the transition in page 1 during bar 16. This. I think this is a transition. I don't think this is theme 2, because I think the theme 2 is actually in bar 32. This triplet section for myself is theme 2. In bar 115, it's 4 16 notes. And the transition melody again. This interval here is C sharp, B flat. You can think of it as C sharp, A sharp. It's such a nice interval. I mean, it is just a third, but it sounds really cool. And in bar 117, after the first 2 triplets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bam, bam, bam. Those are normal 16 notes, not triplets. there you go, my best attempt as of right now for page 5. This page is so convoluted, especially from the first 2 lines. I still don't know if I'm playing the correct notes. I will need quite a bit more time to practice. But this is the general picture of page 5 as how I see it. If I have read anything wrong, please comment down below. Anyway, see you tomorrow for page 6 and the final page of first movement. We're almost there. See you.